if X3 play sacrificial roles on these supports, they're constantly invading, constantly being annoying after a successful laning phase, that there is some merit to their lineup. But if you start falling behind with a lineup like this, it's gonna be problematic for you for sure. So, you know, I like the approach in terms of getting to play Dota at all. On the other hand, though, if something goes wrong, and I'm not the biggest fan of lineups like that, if one thing goes wrong, there is a chance that you won't be able to play the game just because of the inability to win a team fight. So that's why that's the weakness of the X3 lineup. I just don't see them fixing it with just one pick in the last pick mid laner.
And looking at Hydras as well, the Ursa comes out now too that kind of, you know, it's going to be able to put a lot of damage onto the Juggernaut, even when the Juggernaut's spinning, because he's going to be able to throw out just the right clicks and build that damage up. Enchantress as well. Untouchable doesn't matter when you can just put on max attack speed for 6 attacks on the Ursa. Dawnbreaker, if you're getting close, okay, you're going to be able to get the stun, but the rage coming out from the Ursa as well, you know, there is a lot of anti-control on that Ursa, and it just builds up the damage so quickly here on the side of Hydra.
This is a good Ursa game. It's good against the Juggernaut. It lanes pretty solid against the Dawnbreaker. The bad thing for him is the Dawnbreaker and the Enchantress do harass him quite a lot in the lane, but that's why you have the Winter Wyvern. No, usually with these heroes that want to be super aggressive, like the Ursa, Slark, heroes like that in the laning phase, you want to bring them a lot of salves. Salves don't work as good anymore, so you want a healing support. Winter Wyvern, I think, fills that role perfectly, and Ursa is a perfect hero to when he's farming his jungle. Enchantress is annoying to you. With just one rotation, you can kill her. So that's why it's such an awesome pick here for Hydra.
And what do you expect on the Ursa? Because recently we've seen Diffusal Blade Ursas coming out. There's been a couple of classic Battle Fury Ursas coming out. You know, what do you think that the Ursa wants to? Does he want to play for that late game with the Battle Fury and push that way, or do you think he's going to go for that Diffusal kind of build and go for like early rotations, early kills with the rest of the team, with the rest of Hydra?
I mean, I'm always the bigger fan of the Diffusal, but in this game in particular, and with how Eastern Europe has been kind of relatively passive, you know, as a region in terms of kills, I think the Battle Fury does make sense. You scale better than the Juggernaut. Ursa is one of those heroes that can fight with the Battle Fury, especially if the enemies are coming to you, and that is something that is going to be happening with the Bane and the Enchantress coming to you constantly. If you buy a Diffusal, there is a chance that you get outscaled, which is not something that you want to happen. So I think a Battle Fury is the most obvious choice in this game, considering the region and the way the teams like to play. But it wouldn't surprise me if it goes for a Diffusal. But I'm gonna say like 85% that we see a Battle Fury in this game.
Okay, and so you're saying that the Ursa scales better than the Juggernaut here. So does that put X3 on a clock?
You know, Juggernaut can win the later portions of the game. Usually when we say the hero scales better, it is that it is easier for him to play in the later portions of the game. You know, Juggernaut has to play around the enrage. He has to play around a lot of things that Ursa provides. But of course, there are chances for him to be able to deal with him in the later portions of the game. But I think with Hydra having the lineup that they do, and X3 not having good team fight, that overall the lineup of X3, if they don't stop the timings of Hydra, like taking away the second, the third Roche, it's gonna be a problem. And luckily for them, they are the Dire side. You know, Dire now has a little bit more of an advantage around Roche because of the Bounty Rune, because of the Outpost, and I think that's gonna be the emphasis for X3 here. Invade Hydra so that you don't lose your tier 2 towers early on, so that you have access to the Roche pit. If you take away the Roche, I don't think you need to be that afraid of the scaling of Hydra.
Okay, and they do have an Ember Spirit coming out as well, so that's a little bit more control for their side. The jump as well, being able to get onto the back lines, to get onto the Zeus. Can't heavenly hop away, you know, if the Ember Spirit's just going to chase you with the Remnant. They've got the lockdown with the Bane, you know, going to be able to get the Nightmare off into the Mars, maybe even get the Fiend's Grip off somewhere onto the Ursa, just keep that control going down. How worried do they have to be here? Were you picking up 3 melee heroes with that Winter Wyvern? Do you think the Winter Wyvern's going to go for something like a quick blink to try and get the jump and get that Winter's Curse off? With these 3 heroes, like say, being that all playing it so bunched up on the side of X3?
you have the Mars Arena to start off the fight. I think the you don't have to go for a blink as a Winter Wyvern, but people tend to go for it too often. Now with this Mirana pick, we know that the Zeus is gonna be in the mid lane, which gives a clear target to X3. I would say Zeus isn't the easiest hero to gank now with the Heavenly Jump, but he's not the hardest either. You know, that spell still does have quite a solid cooldown at the early portions of the game. So you know, I'm when it comes to the Winter Wyvern, we are probably gonna see a blink at some point, but it is a position 5. Ideally, with the Winter Wyvern, you want your guys to go in, and then you get a kill on the hero. If there's a chase going your way, you turn it around. And considering that X3, they have really good response with the Dawnbreaker, Winter Wyvern is a really good response to the Dawnbreaker coming in and healing someone. You know, you just use the ulti onto the Dawnbreaker or anyone else in the vicinity, and you kind of stop that aggression of X3. And X3, they look like a team that are gonna be wanting to run in. So depends. It really depends in this one, but I think Kicked is mostly going to be playing around this vision, so Blink Dagger not going to be of the utmost importance in this game.
Okay, and how does this Zeus Ember Spirit matchup go? Because we obviously being able to go in with a Flame Guard on the Ember Spirit, but the Zeus just puts out so much magic damage. You know, does he just clear that the Flame Guard off straight away and just gets on top? Well, not gets on top because you want to stay from distance, but you know, does he just absolutely throw the damage at the Ember Spirit in this lane?
You know, you will start with sticks, with a lot of harassers, and the mid lane just don't work anymore. I'm gonna say that this lane is gonna be full on farming until the Enchantress and the Bane start rotating in. That is where I want to see the advantage from X3. Play around the mid lane, punish this use. As I said, it is the hero. With this hero being on position 2, it gives a hero for X3 to hunt, a hero that you want to shut down, and that is easy for them to do. So force out rotations around these Zeus. That is what you want to be doing. When it comes to you know, harassment in the mid lane, it's gonna be Zeus harassing the Ember, and the other way around also being true, because you know, the Sleight of Fist against the 4 armor hero, it's gonna start hurting over time.
Yeah. And we are going to see some smokes coming through from the side of Hydra, but it looks like it's just to drop some wards, you know, get to those key points early on in the start of the game. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any invasion coming through from the side of X3. You know, they are playing it safe. They've got themselves the mid ward down, and not moving over too far. And that's, you know, was the furthest one, or the closest one to Hydra, let's say. And I don't know.
30 seconds to go.
Has he picked up the arrow level 1? There's no arrow level 1 coming through just yet. So I don't know if Hydra are going to try and set up, you know, maybe make something happen against the Ember Spirit, because they're so close. If he steps up towards that ruin, they are going to be able to see him. In fact, I do think they got vision of him there. If you take a look at this, yeah, he's just dipping in inside and outside of vision.
Both teams have really solid level 1. You know, ideally Hydra would love to get a kill and get themselves out, but a long drawn-out fight against the Jugger, against the Enchantress, just isn't gonna work out. So, if you're Hydra, get the 2 runes if you can. They did manage to do so, and they get themselves out. Really no reason to try and force it, because you could lose more and more heroes. And we've again, I'm gonna repeat it, Eastern Europe has become pretty passive, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game. They have been this way for the entire season at least. And you know, it does make sense that they're gonna be dodging it yet again, because there's a lot of risk involved if you just go on X3 like that.
Yeah, and even just the Kobold just throwing an arrow through, you know, it wasn't really targeted or anything, it was just kind of there. But runes go 2 for 2, and like you say, both teams, they don't get super aggressive, they don't try and force the issue, they just get the runes and back themselves away. Top lane, we're going to be able to see Nesphere going up against ICQ and Koval, and I'm interested to see what SMN's going to be doing on this lane, because, I mean, yes, you're going to have the control, but the arrow's just going to come out straight away. Look at the damage coming through now as well. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Yeah, there's the tree being taken down already by, I assume, the Quelling Blade from the Juggernaut to give that little escape path where needed. But SMN took a lot of damage here. He's going to be having the salve coming through. So
his job is to take the damage and not allow the Juggernaut to take it. The Mars and the Mirana is a very hard lane to deal with Bane not having any big lockdown that's gonna allow the Juggernaut to get in close. You want to take in all the damage so that the Juggernaut, once he gets his higher levels, can actually be a threat with the spin. You know, if you keep the heroes at like half HP, then they can't get close. So Bane will be trying to kind of take some of the spells to go his way, rather than the Juggernaut being bullied.
Okay, and looking at the bottom lane now as well, just to look at the other carry on the side, Rari, he's going to be able to, you know, get a few stacks of, like, say, because he's going to have the regen coming through from kicked. Level 2, he's already got the cold embrace, so he's already got that regen coming out if Rari gets into too much danger. And there's not a lot of magic damage to come through on the side of X3 in this lane, you know, to really do the damage to him once he's locked down in that cold embrace. And even Rari probably just backs himself up underneath the tier 1 tower if he gets into that much danger as well. So, how does this lane play out? Is it just going to be another kind of passive lane? Or do you think that Rari, once he gets the point into the overpower, you know, is he going to be able to start doing the damage to the side of X3?
I think X3 are gonna be the ones being aggressive. Here is what we are seeing right now, and the Wool Assassin is actually... Oh, he didn't hit the Ursa, but kicked is gonna drop.
Yeah, he gets caught in the trees, no way out of that. And just a little bit of a mistake there from Kicked.
The thing is, X3, they're the ones that want to be aggressive here. The way that Hydra become aggressive is if X3 go too deep, there's like 3 or 4 stacks of the Fury swipes onto Sugarat, and now Rari is gonna die as well. Okay, not sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but this was talking about, right? The Cold Embrace, you know, there's not really any follow-up. The Celestial Hammer gets used, the Starbreaker gets used, and Rari's just able to back himself away. The heals come through from Kicked. Obviously, Kicked needs to be on the lane to do that, but salve for Rari, and Rari, he's gonna be getting... How's he looking? He's 13 last hit, so it's not doing too bad here already. The salve going to be able to heal him up to mostly full health here as well.
I get it. You know, with Ursa, you have to threaten the enemies. I guess the best idea for Hydra to be aggressive in this lane is start the aggression, then start running away from X3 once they turn around on you with spells, and then heal the Ursa, have that advantage, because X3 are gonna be better in the harassing department. So I'm understanding this aggression from there. Rari actually has to do it. If he just stays back and farms, X3 will harass him, and at some point they'll be able to bring him down or low enough so that he cannot farm.
Mid lane, there's a lot of aggression coming out onto Asgold there as well. Natty now taking damage from the Bouncing Lightning. The Heavenly Jump has been skilled up here from Asgold. No points into the Lightning Bolt at level 5. He's just going to be able to go for that Arc Lightning. Natty now being forced back now as well. Flame Guard on cooldown for the next 15 seconds. It looks like Asgold, does he want to try and force the issue? Just try and... Well, he's going to be able to pick up a water rune and get himself back to a decent amount of health. I wonder if he chases onto Natty, because again, Natty's only level 5, so there isn't going to be any remnants to come out just yet. He's just going to have it, and they have the vision because the creep is just chasing him down here. Natty now will get himself away, but one spam of Asgold's Lightning. So he's going to be taking a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be lethal damage coming through from Asgold just yet.
Very nice aggression coming out from the Zeus. You know, oh. Ursa loses his life in the bottom lane, and Kicked isn't looking too healthy either. That is what the shard golems bring you. You know, he came in with a mud golem. It kind of separated into 2 smaller ones, and still the damage from the hurl boulder is gonna be strong. And Kicked, well, smashed into the ground yet again. X3, we said, what is the path to victory for them? Sugarat having a good time, and this is as good as he gets. He is pretty much free farming, and he has even 2 kills to his name.
Yeah, and like you say, the stone golems, they split up, so you get the 2 extra boulders as well as the extra aggression coming out. And Rari, obviously only level 4, so he doesn't have a point into the rage just yet, so he is going to be taking any full damage that comes out, apart from when that cold embrace is active. But Ring's got the rotations through. You can see he's not even got any points into the impetus just yet. He's going to pick up the first point in that just now. But yeah, the aggression coming out, like you say, Sugarat's having a really good time in this lane, and he's not too far behind in terms of last hits. And obviously the 2 kills are going to boost him up on that net worth value.
Yeah, and Ring is just being super annoying with these creeps from the woods, and Rari again will be in trouble.
Yeah, you can see there as well.
The
Starbreaker comes in now as well. The damage coming through. They're going to be able to get Starbreaker stun. Times that perfectly. The Thunder God's Wrath. So that's going to be the kill into the Dawnbreaker. But easy trade coming through from Rink. And I like that there as well. The Centaur Stomp comes out immediately. As soon as he starts to go for the overpower there on the Ursa, you got 3 points into the Fury Swipes as well. He just gets stunned up, locked down, and killed off. Oh,
mid lane though, there's a big fight.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get the kill onto the Bane. Asgold, what else can he do here? He's going to have the backup of Koval. Natty Narwhal does have his Remnant. Sleight of Fist does come out onto Asgold now as well, but Asgold with the bottle charges should be able to get himself back up to a decent amount of health. But Natty Narwhal sitting pretty much full here. His health about halfway down, but he has himself 1 more Tango, another bottle charge there as well. So full mana if he wants it. If he wants to make a dive onto the Zeus, and again Zeus, he's got no regen apart from that 1 charge on the wand.
The rotations now towards the mid are coming. X3, they understand what their target is. Ascol, they play this lane perfectly, being super aggressive onto the Ember all the time, and now he is out of position.
Yeah, Ascol is going to use the Heavenly Jump, but it immediately trapped. Like I say, the rotation comes in. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Zeus as well. Do they want to go even further? Koval's going to try and get himself away with a leap. He's got one charge left, but where's that? It's not going to be able to get off on the chains here from Natty Narwhal.
Kick bottom.
Is he chased down? Look at this Shagarat. Just going all the way through the jungle. Kicked. He has to use the burn to get himself away. He's using that flying movement. Putting it on cooldown and so defensively now as well. And the Heavenly Hammer comes out. Well, does he want to go even further? Shagarat just moved himself away. Starbreaker is available, but kicked. Not in range.
Mid lane.
Yeah. Action all over the place. The arena coming out. There's going to be the Solar Guardian now as well. He get the kill onto ICQ. Ascol, he's hanging around. Ooh, the Nightmare comes out. Do they want to follow up onto this? The Arclight and the Heavenly Jump comes out, but he's going to be jumping into 3. Shagarat will go down. The Searing Chains do come through. Ascol's going to be caught out. Do they have the damage to take him down with that Cold Embrace? Looks like Natty might try and go with another Sleight of Fist, but that's not going to be up for the kill now.
He messed it up.
The Remnant comes through. They get the kill onto Koval. Natty Narwhal, one more right click. Do they have it? They do. The Arc Lightning from Ascol claims the kill. 4-7. What were you saying about the Eastern European region not being super aggressive?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're not talking about me. That wasn't me. Either way, X3 they understand just what they need to do, and Hydra understands it perfectly. This mid lane tower is so important. You have spammer heroes on the side of Hydra. If this tower drops for you, you're gonna get destroyed by these X3 supports. And Rink with the DD, he'll get a kill. The question is, will he even get the kill?
Yeah, he's gonna be able to claim it. It might cost him his life. Can he get himself away from this? He's gonna try and deny himself. He gets the deny. Oh, the neutral creeps ally to the
outplayed Hydra.
And Koval, there is going to be the diving Sleight Fist here and chance come through. Can they do the damage onto Koval? Koval does have the leap, but where's that Remnant? He has it in 4 seconds. Sleight Fist gets the kill anyway. Oh, it looks like they might actually be able to go into Rory here now as well. Rory is level 7, so he does have that in rage, but Shagarat throwing out the Celestial Hammer, just trying to do the damage onto Rory where he can.
ICQ has the arena again. Mars already TP'd once to the mid lane. I think he's going to be wanting to do that again. We are seeing what the supports of X3 are already doing. They are making things happen on the enemy part of the map. At least the Wyvern will get some of the vision down, because that's what you have to do. You have to protect your map, both your triangle and your big jungle, because that is where the enemies want to fight. But X3 right now, they're pressuring everything. You can't pressure the Jug if you're Hydra, so forcing out TPs on the top lane, good luck with that. The bottom lane, Shagarat, very hard to kill, plus he can get himself out with the Solar Guardian. So the best thing you can do if you're Hydra, it is defend the mid lane as much as you can. Give your lives for this tower. And X3, I think they should be happy that it already did so much damage to this one, because one more successful fight and this tower will drop.
We might be able to get the kill onto the Bane now as well. The Nightmare does come out, but Bane, the body blocks Estiman. Can he get himself away from this? Thunder God's Wrath is going to be used. The lightning coming through from the Zeus to secure that kill. And yeah, no, I completely agree that they need to defend this top lane though. Do you want to try and make a dive? Nesfear's got that healing ward out, but ICQ, does he want to drop the arena? There's going to be the rotation coming through from the Ursa now as well. The spear is going to miss, but Nesfear, does he know this is happening? Rari's going to be there. Does he want to try and close the gap with the Earthshock? Could go. Overpower's going to be there as well. He's going to be able to get on top. Nesfear though, 2 right clicks, and Nesfear with the phase boots going to be able to walk himself away from this.
Bane with the ulti.
Does he want to go? He might be able to get the spin. Did he want to? No, the spear to the tower. There's going to be the rotation through. The arrow connects onto Bane now as well. With the Stars Storm, do they have enough to kill Nesfear? Nesfear will go down, but there is going to be a really good Solar Guardian. He gets it done. Fiend's Grip comes out onto the Ursa, so he can't get that rage off. And now the arena comes through. But the Steering Chains, ICQ is going to be trapped. The Remnant gets thrown out. I think he'll be able to get the kill. Tries to dive. It looks like Koval's trying to get himself away from Sugar right now as well. Celestial Hammer in 1 second, and they will be able to get that kill as ICQ goes down underneath the tower.
This is the move from Hydra. They knew that the Bane was dead, so they immediately went for a top lane to force out rotations. It just seems that they didn't bring enough heroes, so in the end, and that's a backfiring for them. Good thing from this is that X3 they used a lot of things to defend the top tower, so the mid lane tower will stay intact. Hydra will have more of the map to actually play with, but it is a big influx of gold for X3, and that is what they want. They want more control of the map. We're probably going to be seeing now pressuring of the lanes as much as possible for X3, just to see where Hydra are, so that they can storm down that mid if possible. But I think X3 they understand right now that just going down to the mid lane isn't gonna cut it. So you need to spread the map a little, force Hydra to spread to the side lanes, and then storm down the mid lane. That is how you're gonna be getting that tower down.
Yeah, and like you were talking about, protecting that tier 1 tower in the mid lane is going to be really important, especially when Rari tries to go. He's going to be going for that Diffusal Blade build, but when he tries to step into the Roach Pit, maybe in the next couple of minutes, once that Diffusal Blade is up, it's going to be really important that Hydra can get that back up to the Ursa if he gets into trouble now as well. It looks like Kicked. He's going to be the one in trouble at the minute. Just going to be able to get the Arctic Burn, fly himself away from danger. Oh, but it looks like they're going to be able to get the grab. Do they take down Colville? Colville, he's looking for that leap away. Nazi Narwhal's going to be here. Yeah. They get the kill. Just gives it over to SMN.
Right now, what is very important for Hydra is to control their big jungle around their outpost. They don't have a ward there, but we can see that they're holding sentries. They cannot allow X3 to take this part of the map because they're gonna have a really short line towards the mid lane. That's why you're seeing even Asgold coming over in the ring, though it is not an easy kill.
He's trying to get himself away, but the magic damage coming through from Rari. If we take a look at the death summary though, yeah, a lot of it, well, the physical damage coming through from the Ursa, the magical damage just adding up over the course of the kill there to take down Rink, and Nature's Attendants maybe came out a little bit too late to try and run it, and it is only level 1 as well, so not the biggest healing burst coming through from the Enchantress. Couldn't get himself out of that.
And we see that Kicked has been able to place that ward down. So this is why I was talking about the Ursa being really good at clearing out this jungle from the supports, because Ursa is a very high damage dealing hero even without any items, and he's going for a defusal. Okay, he feels the pressure, he feels like he cannot farm, and that his team needs help. The defusal will allow him to threaten the Ember Spirit's life, to threaten the Enchantress's life more easily, and overall just it feels better to fight with that item rather than just with the Battle Fury. So I understand it though. Even Nesphere now is going in. Look at how much emphasis X3 are giving around this jungle, and for a very good reason.
Yeah, you can see the healing ward being dropped early now as well, and Nesphere, like you say, putting the pressure onto Rari, just trying to take the farm away from him. Didn't even try and go for the Omni Slash on him. He wasn't trying to get the kill onto the Ursa, just trying to push him out of his own jungle here and really put a chokehold on where Rari can farm. Very nice plays coming out from X3. Right now, Hydra are kind of lost in a loop that doesn't benefit them. On the top lane, you have two offlaners. The Mars can't kill the Dawnbreaker, and the Dawnbreaker can get into a fight easier. You're trying to protect your jungle on the bottom lane, but it is actually Naring that is winning that ward war. He has vision right now that is not under sentry, and he has taken down Hydra's ward. Plus, you have this ulti on the Bane, and Hydra are definitely not expecting the Mars to get caught. Yeah, the Fiend's Jet comes out, and that is going to be the death of the Mars. Nazi Narwhal picking up that kill. How's he doing in terms of kills now? So he just immediately gets right back into the mid lane with the Remnant as well. Looking at level 11, he's 4-1-3 here, going towards that Maelstrom. And
Mars has a blink. That is a big deal for Hydra. This finally gives them the chance to smoke towards the bottom lane. This is something that they were waiting for, to be able to clear out that jungle like really hard, push to the enemy tower, and then force rotations of X3 into the mid lane. That is gonna give you some chances. You might not even need to use the arena to actually fight on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Rari now trying to stake his claim on this top lane as well. He got himself in, and there was no money. It was just a TP out from the Dawnbreaker. He knew that the damage wasn't going to be there quick enough from the Ursa, so just TPs out after the Starbreaker in Rari's face. And let's see what they want to do. ICQ looks like he's trying to set up for, like you said, that blink in. If you can get a good jump onto, I think about the spear off the mark again. ICQ just can't land these spears at the minute. I think he landed one on the Bane on the top lane, but apart from that, they've not been super accurate.
At least like that Hydra are trying to change the status quo in some way. So they're like, okay, the bottom lane is hard to overtake. Let's try something else. Getting a kill in the mid lane would allow them to overtake the bottom lane. That's why he didn't want to go for the arena. Plus, it is a hard spell to use on the Ember. But as soon as X3 sees heroes on top, they are forcing down the mid lane. They understand the importance of this one in Hydra. With them just trying to change the status quo that is not benefiting them at this point, they are opening up the possibilities for X3 to get that tower in mid.
Well, they're going to be able to get the arena off, but that's only going to be a position, what, 4 or 5 Bane that they take down? Meanwhile, Ursa is inside the Roach Pit. He might try and force this out, though. They're going to be able to get on the top of Kicked. Going to get himself away from this. Just uses the Arctic Burn to get himself over, and the The hate stream coming through from Natty Narwhal. Not going to be able to find out Ascol down as well. ICQ around the pit. There isn't going to be an arena, and Rari gets super, super low. So now Shagarat's inside, and it looks like that's going to force Rari away. Where's that arena? 60 seconds away. Roshan is pretty darn low. The curse comes out. Solar Guardian, though, it's going to be a little bit of damage onto Natty Narwhal. The chase onto ICQ. ICQ going to be able to get himself away with the phase boots, but where's that follow-up going to come from? Again, Roshan is really darn low. Now X3, do they want to try and take this away? They've got that healing ward. They are going to be staking their claim around the Roche pit. The arrow's going to connect onto the Juggernaut. Where's the follow-up going to come through? The spear onto the side wall of the Roshan arena. It looks like the damage is going to come through, though. ICQ will go down. Back lines. Can they get a kill onto Shagarat? Shagarat, a lot of damage comes through, but Assol's super, super low. Will get killed off the... And now the Omni Slash onto Rari. Rari gets taken down as well. And all 5 heroes up. Even the Fiend's Grip coming through onto the Arctic Burn, Winter Wyvern, and Hydra. They lose 4. They're going to lose this Roshan at 17 minutes in the game.
I really like the play coming out from X3. They destroyed all of the trees around the Roche pit. So the Roche pit in itself, the spear doesn't lash you to the edge of it, right? You go through. So with all of those trees being down, they made sure that they're gonna be able to take it. The second I saw the Mars use the arena for the Bane, I knew it was bad for Hydra. They tried to capitalize by going for the Roche, but I think in this kind of a scenario, Roche should have been your kind of your objective that is gonna force X3 to come to you. But Hydra, they committed too much because they lost the mid lane tower. They were just trying to get a little bit more than they could, and because of it, they got severely punished. So, you know, you tried to change things, but I think the only thing that Hydra needed was time. They tried to change the pace of the game. Didn't work out well for them. Oh, what a symphony of fails right now.
The arena comes out, it keeps Natty Narwhal away from the Winter's Cursed SMN, and the damage, it just wasn't enough. Now he's going to try and get the dive onto Kicked. Kicked is going to get kicked. It looks like here it's Natty Narwhal just looking to do the damage. Slight Fist is up once again. He's going to be able to get the finishing shot. He will Rink, secures that kill, and yeah, like you say, it's just... It's like Hydra, they only just came together to play today. There is going to be the damage coming through onto Shagarat. Shagarat, though, pops up BKB. Does he want to try and turn Rari again? He doesn't have that Aegis. He's going to go the way of the Juggernaut. So if he goes down here, even through that Enrage, do we have the damage? Do we have the control to take him down? Rari, the Nightmare will come out. Arrow connects onto a creep. Yeah, Starbreaker going to be used. And SMN will go down.
Meanwhile, Natty Narwhal is just being super annoying because he knows they can't kill him. Okay, this should really... Oh, he missed the spear again.
Yeah, it goes to the left of the tree. It doesn't pin him to it now as well. It puts a Winter Wyvern. He's only just come back alive. ICQ, he blinks, but he blinks himself into danger. Whereas that Omni Slash, it's coming off the cooldown now. Ascol got pretty low there as well, so it looks like Hydra, again, you just have to invest in the regen, keeping each other alive, and... X3, it's 8-22 at 19 minutes, just absolutely running over Hydra in this game.
I like the idea of Hydra there to make a coordinated attack, go for the top lane, force out some TPs, and then run into the bottom lane. The problem is that they're so far behind right now, and they seem to not have woken up too well today, so they're far behind, they're not hitting spells. They have an idea of how to play it, but when you can't execute, it just all goes down the drain. So, very nice attempt, you know, you go to the top lane, it doesn't matter, you sacrifice your carry, but the game is just like that you're gonna have to do it, dying on the enemy part of the map, just much better than dying on your own. And then they try to catch X3 next time around, though hopefully they hit the spear, and the SMN, you know, it's much easier for him to hit spells because he just needs to use the left click.
Yeah, and you can see again, Mirana walking up the cliff without any vision, so he just walks into 2 heroes, gets killed off pretty quickly, and again kicked. He's been slain so many times. 0, 6, and 4 in this game already, 20 minutes in.
Not looking good.
I suppose that time you can say, you know, just creating space for the Ursa, keep the pressure off him. As Rari moving through the jungle, you know, trying to look for that farm. He is about 1,000 gold behind the Juggernaut, but once he gets that basher up, is that then when he gets aggressive, you know, that maybe Hydra start to group up as 5 and look for the fights, or do they need to look for like more guerrilla warfare, you know, quick picks and then get themselves out of it kind of style play here to catch back up?
The problem is that the supports of X3 are always going to be in your face, so getting a 5 versus 5 team fight probably isn't going to happen on your own terms. So I like the moves that they've been making. They just need to execute a little better, and that is the path for their lineup to go back. Sure, if you would force a 5 versus 5 team fight, that would be great with your lineup, but X3, there's no reason for them to give that to you. Right now, what X3 are trying to do, though, is overtake the top part of the map. The top part of the map is the only place Hydra can make plays and feel safe. And when you have these wars, you see they're not trying to overtake the triangle. They're just go farm the triangle. We're gonna take everything else and then invade the triangle if one or two of your heroes are dead. And that is a very nice approach from X3. You know, maybe the Sursa is gonna carry in the late game, but you're not that afraid of him if you are ahead like this as a unit.
Well, the Moonlight Shadow is going to be used here. They might be able to get a jump onto who they're going to be able to go into. It's going to be X-Men once again. Thunder God's Wrath is going to be used. The Arena comes out. Natsunawa is going to be trapped in there. Does he want to try and throw it, get himself out with the Remnant? He looks like he is going to dive away. The Winter's Curse comes through onto Shagara, but Nesri on the back lines. He's got that Omni Slash back up, kicked once again. On top of the cliffs, the spear comes out. It's going to be to the side, but again, they get the catch onto the Mars. And Mars is just going to be straight up dead here. Rari stopping to farm. Is that going to be to his detriment? Because there's still 4 heroes about. Still an Aegis on the Juggernaut for the next, okay, 7 seconds. So not a massive amount of time after that, but he's going to get the regen, you know, and X3, really good position after that fight once again.
Yeah, you know, oh, Nesfir lost his Aegis. This is the time to strike. Okay, he knows, and there's no bash from the Ursa, so really there's no chance for you to get the kill. You could see X3 there. They might have given a hero, but it's a fight on their terms. In a very... Oh, not in our wall, he's losing mana, but it will be fine. It is a fight on their terms in a sense that it is a wide area. Hydra would like to fight in a clumped up area. Every single time that you fight in a very open area, you're gonna have X3 just kiting around, poking around, and in the end, just finishing off your heroes. So, you know, Hydra, nice attempt there, but it's just super hard to get yourself out. At least with that move, they've defended the tier 2 on the bottom lane for now. So when it comes to outmaneuvering, Hydra has done a solid job in this game as staying alive, because that could have been really, really bad for them.
Speaking about really bad, ICQ is going to step into the lane once again. The Fiend's Grip's going to be there. Celestial Hammer comes in with the damage coming through from the Dawnbreaker. And that's going to be another kill going away. Shagara, like I say, he needed to have a good game. He's 5-2 and 13 going towards a Desolator. He's got that BKB. The Shard's up as well. So he's quite literally running over heroes here on the side of Hydra. And the chase coming through from the side of X3, you know, the amount of control. Do you think after the bash of the Ursa needs to go back for the BKB? Just because he seems to every fight just seems to be kited. He's being crowd controlled out. You know, he's not able to get on top of his targets. What does Rari want to go for next?
Yeah, he will buy the BKB. So he does get to answer your question himself. The BKB is kind of a necessity because you don't want to enrage the Sleight of Fist chains. That is the main thing. And you want to use the enrage when you see that the Bane is gonna ult you. That's the ideal scenario. So BKB kind of a necessity more so than something that you would like to get.
Well, Slight Fist here and Chains comes out. They're going to have the Nightmare onto Mirana now as well. Nesvia does have that spin available. The leap comes out from Koval. Koval though, Omni Slash, it's going to follow him to the grave. And Juggernaut perfectly set up for that initial Omni Slash from the leap. And it just seems like, again, Hydra are making these excursions into areas where they don't have vision. I suppose they don't have a lot of vision anyway, but it's just costing them life after life after life every time they do it.
It's okay, they're not bleeding net worth, so they're doing what they can. X3 is trying to control the top part of the map, but from time to time, ICQ or Ascol, they do get to outpush the top lane, which then allows you to be fine. You can see how much emphasis X3 is putting on catching those heroes there. On the other hand, Hydra, you know, they invade the enemy part of the map, they force some rotations, and they lose a life. Mirana, who cares? For an Omni Slash, he'll take that any time of the day. The ideal scenario here for X3 is if one of their supports would eat a arena, and then you can comfortably just go and push a tier 2 without Hydra not being able to do anything. So still, I think in terms of understanding how you have to approach this game in particular, Hydra are doing a good job, and they just need they're just gonna need one fight to get back into it. The problem is ICQ is now gonna be on enemy vision and immediately will be ran down.
Yeah, he's going to go for the Blink TP, but there is going to be the Remnant coming through now as well. The Slight Fist here and Chains come through. He's going to... Well, you might guess that there's a ward, but he was definitely under vision. ICQ once again. He's trying to delay for as long as possible, but it's not going to be too long at all. Gets taken down once again. It creates a little bit of space for the rotation of Hydra. Maybe to look towards... They're going to be able to go into the Bane. The damage comes through from Rari. So he does get himself... He gets himself a Juggernaut curry there as well. A little bit of a bonus coming through for Rari. He might be able to set up for this T1 tower bot. Yeah, the catapult doing damage onto this. Zeus moving around as well. Being able to clean up these creeps. So it's okay. that's a little bit of a lifeline coming through from the side of Hydra.
For sure. SMN on the Bane, I think, is making a mistake in this game of ever showing himself. Wherever the enemies potentially have vision, you should not be there. You always need to be hiding somewhere in the trees, waiting for a sleep, and then catching them off guard. The only time when you should die is when the Zeus uses his ulti and finds you and kills you. This is starting to get scary for X3 because Hydra are just playing the map better. You know, X3, they have these solid ideas, but then a few little mistakes, and that is why when we look at the lineups, you know, Hydra, they have this team fight, they have something to fall back on. X3, they constantly have to rely on their moves, and Hydra have been doing a good job out pushing the waves and securing that they're controlling a good chunk of the map, and if they're dying on the enemy side of the map. So Hydra, I would be feeling much better about this game if I was them right now. After the last 15 minutes, they've been doing a great job, and they've even reduced the gold lead slightly.
Yeah, down to a 5k net worth lead on the side of X3. Roche is back up, though. And let's see what they're going to do, because X3, with the Centaur in the pit, they're going to see this.
You know, they know someone is coming.
The smoke's going to go there as well. SMN on the back line is going to be caught out. Thunderghost Wrath going to go the spear this time. Will hit onto the tree. The Ram's going to dive forward onto Asgold. Asgold can he get himself away from this one. Again, he doesn't have the BKB. He's going to be the cold embrace to try and keep him alive, but the damage coming through. Arena comes out. Going to be a good Winter's Curse here to help set up with this Arena, and the damage coming through, but the BKB damage. Shaggarat can he get himself away from this. The only flash is come through. Rari, he has to use that Enrage. He's going to go into ICQ now as well. The dive coming through the spin. On from Nesphere as well. Rari is going to be able to go down. He's not going to survive even with that cold embrace damage coming through. Does he want to buy back into this? The damage onto Shaggarat. It's going to be the leap forward. The arrow flies through. Is going to connect, and it might be the death of the Dawnbreaker. It will be. Narwhal gets the kill onto ICQ, but is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? No manas, no remnants left. He's looking to try and run himself out of this, but a good trade. They're taking down 2 cores for a core and a support on the side of X3, and again, Roche is up with the heal, with the sustain coming through. They're going to be able to get the D-wards out, and it looks like Nesphere, he wants to get in the pit. Roche, it's going to be down less than the 30 seconds it's going to take Ursa to respawn. So
Roche is the main thing. Roche is the main thing for X3. If they take it, all of that was worth it. If they don't manage to take it, if it takes the long time, it's gonna be problematic. SMN, he doesn't have a buyback. He really can't afford to die here, and he actually doesn't have a choice.
Is he? Yeah, he's gonna go down now. They might be able to get the kill. They're gonna be able to get the trade onto the Mirana, but back in the pit. Okay, this time I suppose Roche, because the exited to try and help out SMN there, it is gonna buy time for the Ursa to come back alive.
That was us seeing the power of Hydra's teamfight when an area is concentrated at a choke point. The Zeus, if it was a open area, would be 100% dead there because he'd get easily ran down. Sure, haste did help him, but the Arena and the Winter's Curse helping him get to a tower. I think even without the haste that he would have been okay. So this is a problem for X3 when they want to fight that way. They just shouldn't do it. When the Bane died without the Arena being used, I think that was the cue for X3 to kind of reassess their chances of getting away with that fight. Sure, you did go well with it, but now your Bane doesn't have a buyback, and the enemies, their cooldowns just aren't that high. X3 really need to choose their battles more carefully in this one. They did so nicely at the start of the game, but the later it's going, the easier it is going to be for Hydra to push out lanes, and Asgold going for these boots of travel and constantly out pushing is really a big deal. And now, with the Ag Scepter, the Bane doesn't have a chance to hunt anymore. So slowly but surely, Hydra are taking away step by step everything that X3 need to do in this game to win.
Yeah, we've like the static field comes out, so it's percentage damage there from the Zeus, and then he's got the Nimbus, like you say, with that Ag Scepter coming through. So it is going to have that the damage that the Bane's just not going to be able to get that Fiend. Like say, unless he catches the Zeus out with the Fiend's Grip, being able to drop that Nimbus right on top of him, it's going to be deadly to the Bane. Or you could say it's going to be the Bane's Bane.
The choke point.
Ooh, are they going to try and dive onto this? The Remnants coming forward from Narwhal. Where's that ICQ Arena going to come from, though? And you can see the Dawnbreaker is pushing out this bottom lane. He knows he can get in with the Solar Guardian, but how quickly can Hydra find a pick onto this smoke? The Roshan is up now as well. They see it with the line, and it looks like Dawnbreaker is going to back himself away. He does have the BKB, but it's down to 6 seconds. You know, he's used it in every single fight so far.
right now, the good thing that X3 is doing is they're putting vision around the Roche pit. Those are choke points, but you have good vision, so you're not gonna get caught off guard. And they're sending Sugaret on the bottom lane, so they're gonna wait for Hydra to rotate, and then you're gonna go in. I didn't like that smoke from X3 immediately, just because I wanted them to wait just a tad bit. Now, when you see the Zeus, now should be your move. You're seeing Nesphere is already drawing a line. Now should be the move where you're running in, you get the sleep, the enemies TP out, and you just play this cat and mouse until your enemies make a mistake. And Triggerat is coming over. I guess he was afraid that the rotation was coming towards him. But to be honest, if I was Hydra, I would send Rory on the bottom lane just to threaten the life of the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, and well, you can see both teams. They just want to posture around this Roshan. You know, they don't want to be giving up the second pit. They've got a decent amount to farm through as well. Smoke is going to come out from the side of Hydra. RX3 sufficiently split up here that Hydra might be able to get a good pick off. SMN's going to rotate in now as well. So you want to be able to get the blink. Yeah, the spear will hit this time now as well. The Nimbus gets dropped immediately. That is going to be the death of the Bane. And again, no buyback. What's the cooldown on that? 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And again, the arrow flies through into the pit. It's going to connect onto the Roche, so they know that there's nothing else in there. Scouting out that. If they want to go for this, and this time there will be an arena up. Rari just gets himself right into the pit. He has that fresh BKB. Going to be able to go right in this. Look at how quickly this is going to fall, even with the acorn, or the pine cone, excuse me, scouting that out.
The thing is, X3, they cannot run into that area. They would be walking into a slaughterhouse. Okay, but seems like slaughterhouse it will be.
They're going to try and stun. Rory's going to be able to get himself both. Does he get the shot as well? He does. Can he get himself out of this with the Aegis as well? The backline's going to be on kicked. Well, that's going to be the Starbreaker coming through. Excuse me. Yeah, the Starbreaker comes out after the Solar Guardian now as well. But ICQ, does he want to throw this arena up? He's still holding it. He's popping that BKB. It looks like they're just going to try and get themselves away. Rory, the Aegis has already been popped now as well. The damage coming through with the Winter's Curse on top of the Nimbus. Do they have the damage to take it down? Spin comes out from the Juggernaut. Trying to get himself away with the Celestial Hammer now as well. Rari, though, he wants to go with the in-range. He's trying to do whatever he can with the right clicks. He's trying to consume that shard now. Rari, can he get himself out of this? The arrow's going to fly through just to try and protect him, but he doesn't have the mask, so he will go down again, dead. No buyback. 150 gold away from it. And X3 clean up after the Roshan. And
I was pretty sure X3 were gonna get crushed there, and then Hydra again just missing some spells. The spear connected onto the Juggernaut, and then he used the God's Rebuke, and then for some reason the Juggernaut got the spin off. So very weird things there happening for the side of Hydra at the start of the fight, but then in the continuation of it, they just messed up their spells. You know, they used the Cold Embrace on the Ursa when they shouldn't have, and the Winter's Curse just not up to par. Now this is a really good timing for X3 to push on forward. There are no buybacks on the side of Hydra.
Yeah, and well, Ursa's about to have his up now. There's the buyback on the Mars. But again, ICQ, in that fight, he didn't throw out the arena at all. SMN is going to be killed off Asgold, dropping the Nimbus with the Lightning as well. Just going to be able to shock down the Bane. And again, the Bane doesn't have that buyback for another minute and 17 seconds. But still, X3 don't care. They're going to put the pressure onto the side of Hydra's base. Ursa coming back in 10 seconds. Kobal's got to be careful. The damage coming through from the Enchantress as well, with those impetus strikes doing a whole lot to the Marana. And this is just going to be... Is it going to be a melee racks going down here? Or can Hydra fend this one off? It looks like they don't have the fortification coming out now as well. Maybe Kick looking for the Winter's Curse. Does have that Blink Dagger. Oh, 99 was pretty darn low. Now he's not going to have any mana, he's not going to have any remnants. Can he get the chase on? There is going to be the Earthshot coming through. One more right click, the Solar Guardian comes out, but it's going to come out way too late, and there was no way to cancel that. So Shagrat's going to be caught out with the Basher now as well. Can he get himself away? The Celestial Hammer is going to be used. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Rink as well from the Zeus, and the chase is on here for the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker Nimbus is going to get dropped. He pops that BKB, the Basher comes out from the Ursa, and his health just absolutely disappears, and so does the Dawnbreaker.
Okay, good things for X3. You know, they got their axes, and the Juggernaut will be getting the Butterfly. Finally, that means that he can actually man-fight the Ursa, so he doesn't have to be that careful of how he approaches the fight. Still, we are seeing some lackings of their lineup, even with Hydra missing every single spell. The second they start hitting their spells, it is a problem for X3, and now you have these 40 seconds without the Ember, without the supports as well, where Hydra will be able to push in all of the lanes. This gives you so many options to actually go for good team fights. So Hydra, if they want to win this though, they really need to up their spell usage. I haven't seen in Eastern Europe missing spells this much since forever. I don't know what's wrong with Hydra in this game, number one.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw it, I think it was Bet Boom at the Major. I think Notice had a few nerfs because he was playing the Mars every game, but his spears weren't on point, and that's something that ICQ's kind of replicating today. But he's getting there. He's starting to hit those spears. He's starting to get some good arenas up. So what can they do now? Because Hydra have the map control. Nobody has buybacks apart from the one support on each side. So this fight, I'm not saying it's going to be a decider by any means, but one good fight from either side, it could be another lane of racks going the way of the team that wins the fight. And with,
This is now...
I was just going to say, with Hydra pressuring on the dire side of the map as well, even if they lose a fight, by the time that the lanes get pushed back to the side of Hydra, it might be 60 seconds worth, and Hydra, the heroes are going to be back up if they can take a fight around the dire base.
It's time for X3 to smoke, but if I was them, I wouldn't be going to where I know Hydra is. For me, this smoke should be used to get some vision around the map. Okay, they're just gonna be running, and they expect the enemies not to be together and not to be ready with this one. Okay, they're not gonna go too deep. I understand this one. You need to control an area, and X3, Narink, and Deciman, they're gonna find Ascol. This is a big one.
Yeah, the Solar Gun is going to come through now as well. The damage coming through from that Starbreaker. Shagrat's going to have the kill, and again, he doesn't have the gold. He's about 1,400 gold away from the buyback, so that is going to be the Zeus gone for the next 87 seconds, and this time, they might be able to get onto Rari now as well. Rari's not going to use that DKB just yet, trying to go with the enrage, but do they have the lockdown to do the damage here? Rari's going to try and move himself away from this. The impetus damage coming through from Rink as well. Do they have that curse to get the lockdown onto the Enchantress? They're going to be able to get it with the Remnant. He jumps forward, and it's going to be the Ursa trying to get himself away. Kick goes down, and again, no buyback. 3 minutes before he's going to be able to buy back here, the Winter Wyvern.
Good play from ICQ though. Hydra, in terms of movements, they have done so well in this game, and that is what I usually look at. The movements in Dota are what impresses me. The team knows where they need to be, when they need to be. Of course, usually you expect the pro players to just use their spells, not always to utter perfection, but pretty well. Didn't happen that way though. But still, he did manage to push out the waves, which is gonna give time to Hydra to come back. X3, they actually find kills there, and Hydra, they should have been prepared for that smoke. Very, very greedy for them to just disperse like that. If you were holding the top part of the map, X3 would only have one path to go towards the bottom, set up their vision, and that would be the most they would get out of that smoke. This way, they actually got quite a lot. Even the mid tier 2 is gonna drop.
Yeah, you can see how quickly this is going to fall as well. Just the Creep Wave and the Juggernauts to deal with it. 10 seconds though before Hydra are back to 5 heroes. And how do you want to take this? It looks like there might be another rotation here. SMN. Looking, he's got that Phoenix Grip in 13 seconds. The Moonlight Shadow's going to come through now as well. The Remnant onto the back lines, but he might be able to get the kill onto the Bane. Solar Guardian's going to come through. Can he turn this one around? Was that Arena going to come through on the Mars? The Mars is going to be stunned up. The Mars, it looks like he's going to go down. Pops that BKB, but it's going to be an instant kill though. As soon as that BKB comes out, the Abyssal Blade coming through from Rari. Can he do the damage onto Shagrat? The BKB is going to go over the back to once again. Rari going to be able to get the kill onto Shagrat. It's going to be the Juggernaut coming through from behind Rari. He's already popped that Enrage. Going to get the TP away. Looks like he's going to be able to get himself out of there. And the retreat from Koval. Koval just turns himself around. Koval does have the buyback if he goes down. 2 heroes dead on both sides. But who got the benefit from the trade-off though?
I'd say Hydra should be quite happy with that one. They didn't really use anything big, and they got 2 kills. They forced out all of the rotations, so overall not gonna be the end of the world for them in terms of heroes that they lost. They're just continuing to extend this game, and for the Ursa to get the MKB, the Jagger having a Battle Fury is kind of the timing where you are stronger than the Ursa, even though the Ursa is kind of a counter to you. But once the Ursa gets the MKB, he can finally start focusing down the Jagger. Okay, I have no idea what Rari is doing right now, but he's in a ton of trouble. Yeah,
he's just going to be slowed down. Does he want to try and get himself the bats? He's going to come through. They're going to try and TP, but it's going to be the dire outpost here. So Rari going to be in major trouble. He's dead. 100 seconds again. He's out of gold. He doesn't have the buyback here. He might be able to get the kill. He's going to pop that BK. Is that an E-Blade? It is. The E-Blade coming out with the Zeus. It is a whole lot of damage here, and Natinawa lucky to get out with his life.
He did 2.4k damage in like a second. That is insane. That is something that every single hero on the side of X3 is gonna have to be afraid of. Just jump from the Ursa with the Abyssal Blade, and even without the E-Blade being used on Zeus, these two can kill anyone. So X3 are gonna have to be very careful in their positioning, mainly the Bane. The sleeps are gonna be a big deal. Stopping that really huge burst coming out from Hydra is gonna be of the utmost importance. But Rory, I have no idea what he did in his jungle, running in there without any vision. I'm just not certain. Maybe he was greedy to go for the MKB. Doesn't even have the buyback. Close to it though, so you know he will have it once he's up and gets a few creeps.
Yeah, 65 gold. So I think, in fact, by the time he's respawned, the gold should tick in his favor, that he's going to have that respawn. Do you think, I mean, like I say, the MKB is coming out here for the Ursa, but is that something that he wants to buy out for? You know, does that give him the extra power level against the Juggernaut that it's worth only having the one life in these fights?
I think Ursa is okay with one life if he does play defensively. If he wants to run in like that to make plays of his own, he needs to have a buyback. It just comes down to how he wants to play this one. Considering that you have a arena, you have the Winter's Curse protecting you, even the Cold Embrace. You know, it is so many things that X3 wouldn't want to run into. So with all of that being said, I think he would be okay buying out on the MKB. Just has to assess how he wants to move around the map. I think after the MKB, he pretty much doesn't need any more items, so he can play more defensively and just slowly farm up that buyback, with always having a chance to bring down the Jugger.
Okay. Well, let's see what they do. I mean, the group's up in the base. I'm surprised there's the smoke that I was expecting. Yeah, they clean up the creep wave, just put some pressure out. So the creeps are going to give them the information where X3 show if they try and clear off these creep camps. Roshan about a minute away, so ICQ might just dip himself into the pit to check this to see if Roshan is back up just yet. But yeah, gonna see. It is gonna be a long respawn on the Roche timer. So Hydra, it's gonna be some smoke on smoke action. X3, were they gonna try and move with this? The scan does come out, so they're gonna see where roughly they're gonna get an idea of where Hydra are. The scan from the side of Hydra as well isn't as good. You know, and you can see here, actually, they're looking for that long wraparound. They're looking to take, like you say, just control an area that maybe Hydra are going to step up once this smoke wears off from the side of Hydra. Control this area and make it a kill box for Hydra to step up into.
Hydra, though, they have control of the outpost, and now when the Roche is coming in, I'd actually say that Rory should leave his buyback, especially if you're controlling the outpost. Whoever controls that top outpost is going to be the one that's going to have the advantage in the Roche fight. So right now, because X3 don't control it, they're going to try to push in the other waves to force X3 to go to their base and then go into their big jungle. So, you know, Hydra is going to try to prevent that with fighting right now.
It looks like they might be able to get something off this now as well, because there is going to be the Thunder Outdraft come through. They lock down onto, well, Enchantress pops that BKB, still going to get killed off, and you can see SMN was away, the Dawnbreaker was away there as well. Shagrat, and that's now, well, going to jump himself away with the Remnant. Do they have the catch? Do they want to try and go onto him now as well? He does have 2 Remnants left. But it looks like with this timing, they might move themselves into the pit. Roshan is back up. The Centaur's going to see this from the side of X3. But again, the arena's there. The Winter's Curse is available. They're going to be able to get the spear. Another spin. It comes out from Nesphere. So Nesphere going to be able to spin to win himself away from this.
Right now, Hydra, they wanted to use that advantage. They had the ward there on the hill, but they went for the Roche. I think the smarter move would have been just to run to that ward and be ready with all 5 of your heroes and then get one more pick off. That probably would have given you the Roche, you know, but it's usually, we gotta kill, run into the pit, run into the pit, so I can understand their reasoning here. Also, again, they're pretty good at fighting in a clumped up area, but if it is X3 that has vision, they can easily play around it. If you can catch the Wyvern, if you can catch the Zeus, the team fight for X3 is just not going to be that strong.
Would you now, because I mean the Dawnbreaker is just constantly split pushing, knows he can get in slight Fissure and chances to come out, and that's now, well, do they want to go for this here? He might be able to get onto SMN. SMN's going to throw out, but it looks like the Omnislug comes from ICQ. ICQ pops up BKB. He's going to be survived long enough. The spin comes through now from Nesphere. Nesphere needs to be careful, because if he gets caught out, he was so far away from the rest of his team. But yeah, with these heroes showing now as well, would you send the Zeus and maybe Rari back down to the bottom lane? You know, maybe get a quick pick onto Shagrat, or do you just want to be protecting this Roshan with all of you got?
Ideally, you would like to kill Shurgarat. It's just not that easy to do. You're playing against the Bane. If the Zeus uses his Nimbus, oh man, that was close. The Bane will be hunting. You can see that SMN is putting a lot of emphasis. He even got the blink, and now, though, he is going to die, most likely.
yeah, Rory's going to be able to come in. He gets the bash off now again. The back lines, though, going to be the diving. The solo guarding comes through. Do they have the lockdown onto the Zeus? It's going to be the cold embrace. Winter's Curse comes out now as well. They're going to be able to set up onto Shagrat. Shagrat, the spear comes through. Arrow as well. A lot of control, a lot of damage coming through onto that Dawnbreaker. And the Dawnbreaker is going to be broken now as well. Natty now going to get himself away from this again. No remnants for the next 8 seconds of damage. It's going to be so much. Zeus will buy back into this ring. The BKB is going to be wearing off in the next couple of seconds now as well. Do you have the damage? Do you have the control to take down the Enchantress? There's going to be the blink in. The damage comes through from Hydra. The buybacks from the Zeus. Rory with the triple kill. They set up now. This is going to be an easy opening for the Roshan if they want it. But Shagrat did buy back. So are they looking to capitalize? Are they looking to get a dieback maybe onto the Zeus?
Look at the cool play from X3. They're trying to catch the Zeus. They saw us called. Come on, SMN. This is a big play.
Oh, they're going to get the Phoenix Grip now as well. This is going to be the dieback on the Zeus as well with the Celestial Hammer coming through the Starbreaker. That's going to be the Zeus down 125 seconds while this is going on though. Roshan in the pit. Going to be given over an Aghanim's Scepter or an Aghanim's Blessing as well as the Cheese. So, do they want to try and catch out 4 versus 3? Again, there is still an arena coming through from ICQ. Just playing Ring Around the Rosie on that tree. And everything going the way of Roche. Going the way of Ursa from the Roshan.
Okay, 100 seconds for X3. More like 50 seconds for X3 to do something, considering that 2 of their heroes are dead. I think the most you can hope for is to keep Hydra in their base and potentially catch someone with the Fiend's Grip. That's in 60 seconds. You're gonna have a 20-second window where an X3 should be striking. You know, they've caught the Zeus twice, but that's not gonna happen again. We just saw how hard it was for them to kill him the first time when his team was ready. This other one, it was just a beautiful usage to a pre-placed ward. X3 knowing that they have only one play to make and it actually working out. So Hydra, now they're in the driver's seat. But there is that small window where X3 should be looking to take the Aegis of the Ursa. Just way too hard to do now with the Aghanim's Blessing, as you mentioned in Rage. He can get out of it anytime he likes.
And you can see that, again, Dawnbreaker just wants to keep this bottom lane pushing. He wants to keep the pressure onto this tier 3 tower. So if there is a one fight coming through from the side of X3, you know, there's a window or there's a lane that they can maybe push on, get another lane of racks. But is this where Hydra, do they want to be just putting all the pressure onto the top lane, you know, trying to even up the racks that have been taken from Hydra?
You want to push out both of the side lanes, so they have to find a way to accomplish that. I think X3 is now doing a good job keeping the Dawnbreaker always on the bottom lane. Yeah. I just think X3 should be focusing a little bit more on catching people on the top part of the map and maybe having some wards on the lanes, some that are very hard to find. Is there a gem? Okay, there's a gem on the Mars. Okay, that makes things a little bit harder for X3. Ideally, they would like to catch people on top and just push out the bottom lane, but you know, just not gonna be that easy with the gem of Hydra. So Hydra right now, take the vision away from X3 and slowly push them back. You don't want to be running in like madman. There's no reason to do that. No reason to put yourself in a disadvantageous position for a fight. Just step by step, overtake parts of the map and then force X3 to go back. That's when you can use your Aegis aggressively. I guess the best thing you can use your Aegis for now is just to threaten the enemies so that you can overtake more parts of the map.
And are you surprised that the Mars, you know, he's got that Satanic, he's got the Overwhelming Blink, he's going to be going for what looks like a Hex, but are you surprised to see that he's not got a Lotus Orb out, anything like that? When the Omni Slashes are coming through, you know, when the Enchants are coming through, and when pretty much everything from the Bane?
A Lotus would be a good item. I would have liked to see a Lotus. Quite a good item for sure. Though he is emphasizing surviving the Omnislash. You know, if there's any creeps close, he gets a full Omnislash on. Satanic bams the creeps with the God's Rebuke and he's fine. Again, a really good move from X3. They're trying to hunt the Zeus. They're pushing in the top lane with the creeps, pretty much zero committal, and SMN is always in front. But now for a Hydra, of course, they don't see what we see, but it would be a smart move to overtake their triangle once again and push out the top lane together, because when it comes to close, okay, Ascald, you know, this is the strength of the Zeus, and he even caught the Bane. Poor SMN.
SMN's trying to do what he can with the Nightmare, but Ascald's going to be able to claim that kill. 108 seconds. Again, 3.5 minutes on the buyback for the Bane. And you can see the bat lines have been drawn here from Hydra. As soon as they get that kill, they just move themselves. They want to move themselves down the mid lane, put the pressure on, and just see where they can find that advantage coming through from the side of Hydra. Bottom lane. Nesphere is going to back himself away. In terms of net worth, let's flick back to that. The Ursa has finally taken over the Juggernaut now as well. Got that BKB out, he's got the MKB out as well. With the Aegis, is this just it? You know, he's even got the slots from both Aghanims. So is this like, what does he want to go for a Moonshard next? Is there anything that, because he's going to have the buyback available to him there as well. So is there anything that the Ursa wants to maybe step into item-wise, or is it just buyback first and then worry about items second?
Buyback first is for sure. When it comes to items, you can replace the Diffusal Blade. That is the item that you're gonna be looking to replace the earliest, but you still have the chance to get the Swift Blink. So that's probably gonna be something that he's looking towards. One thing I forgot, I always tend to forget now, Zeus just hasn't been played for a long time, now finally back in the meta. That ulti of his, especially when you have the Octarine, every single time that the top lane pushes in, he's probably gonna be using the ulti just to see if he's being hunted. That kind of takes away everything for X3. X3 are getting to that point where the only thing they're gonna be able to do is team fight, and they're just not the favorable ones to win. So let's see if there's some big items that you can get. If you can get the silence onto the Ursa with the Bloodthorn and the Fiend's Grip on him, that's gonna be big. I think the Bane should be looking, yeah, Ags or BKB. That's what he's trying to get right now, because the Nimbus is being too much of an issue. So I think X3 right now itemized to kill the Ursa to punish his aggression before he uses the BKB. That's the right approach.
Okay, well, we're gonna see the smoke out here from X3, and like you say, the Zeus isn't close. He's just trying to take the pressure off that top lane. Netsphere, what are they going to be able to find here? The smoke does break. They're going to be able to get the jump in now as well onto Kick though. With the Eon Disc, he's going to be able to use the Cold Embrace to get himself back to health. It looks like they might be just trying to focus down this Winter Wyvern. The Winter Wyvern's not going to be able to get the curse off. It looks like he's going to be killed off now as well. Inside the arena though, that is going to be the kill on the Enchantress. It's going to be the buyback from both sides. And almost immediately... again, oh no, he blitzed himself into the Nimbus. The damage though coming out into Rari. Rari doesn't have that Aegis once again. So he has to be careful about getting caught out here, and the stun's coming through from the Juggernaut. He's got that Basher now as well, probably wants to move into the full Abyssal Blade, and if Ferrari, again the control going through the BKB, that could be deadly here for the Ursa.
He still has that. He still has the Enrage. Unless you get the Bloodthorn on him and the Fiend's Grip, he's gonna be okay. Oh, Asgold is caught. That's a big one. But look at Rari. He's protecting his buddy.
Yeah, they get the kill onto Shagrat. Shagrat's going to be down 123 seconds. Again, no buyback for the next 47 seconds. Kick, that's going to be the tieback, but they get the lockdown Netsphere. Can they get the kill onto him now as well? He's spinning to win. Can he do the damage to take down? The Phoenix comes down onto the Ursa. The Ursa is going to be able to pop that BKB, though, keep himself alive with the Enrage in 2 seconds if he needs it. Natty Narwhal, the chase is on. The Heavenly Jump comes out from Asgold. They're going to try and chase down into Natty Narwhal. Natty Narwhal going to get himself away from this. The arrow is just a second too soon. He jumps to the run with the Slight Fist now as well. Natty Narwhal, though, back inside the base. One more right click. Rory's going to be able to get him with the Diffusal Blade. Locks him down and gets the kill. Does have the buyback here on the Ember Spirit. Koval even going to be able to claim the gem back. Got himself a couple of them. No.
Radiant's top rags ain't gonna last.
Weird that X3 wanted to go for a fight there. The lanes were going in their favor. The mid lane, the top lane, naturally, with you having the Raxes. So really no reason for you to fight there. But they're like, okay, the Winter Wyvern, we have an opening, we can go on him. But it takes too long to kill these heroes of Hydra. Even though you get the Winter Wyvern, you catch him off guard twice. Now he doesn't have the buyback. You still take a long time to kill him, and then Hydra, they can set up for a fight. We already talked about it. When it comes to team fight, Hydra are definitely the stronger team, and we're seeing the Juggernaut Omnislash just not doing enough any longer. Ursa is way too powerful.
Yeah, he's got the Satanic now as well, so that's going to add to the survivability here of Rari. Going to be stepping up onto this tier 3 tower. Are they going to be able to take it down again? No buyback here on the Dawnbreaker, so he's dead for 40 seconds, but the other 2 heroes on the side of X3 do have it. There's going to be the spin coming through from Netsphere. Do they want to go? They're going to be able to get the bash onto the Juggernaut now as well. Juggernaut could be in a little bit of trouble. The arena comes through. They're going to be able to get it onto the Juggernaut. Juggernaut, again, he doesn't have that BKB, so he's going to be locked down. The Hex comes out as well, so Juggernaut will go down 100 seconds. Does he want to buy back into this? He says negative. Okay, so that might be the answer here. The Abyssal Blade comes out onto the edge. The damage as well is going to tick down. That's going to be really nice for the Spirit Vessel as well. Not to know. Well, the arrow's going to clip its cheek, but it won't actually connect there. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Koval. Koval has that buyback. Winter Wyvern in 8 seconds as well. He is going to be back alive. Juggernaut does buy back now.
He has 8 Fury Swipes. He comes close to the Ursa, he's gonna get ripped apart, and he knows it. This Ursa is already raging. He's opening his mouth, just showing his teeth and the claws. And I mean, the Juggernaut, if I was on his place, you know, you're a samurai, but you can't really fight a bear. It is too too much of an issue right now. I think X3, they've lost their timing. They've definitely lost their timing. The thing that they should be relying right now is the Enchantress actually doing the damage. But the thing is, Ursa is focusing her down every single time. The ring just can't get into a good position. He is the main damage source of the side of X3. The Juggernaut just can't do enough. The Ember is there as well, but that's just AoE. That's not gonna finish off heroes, which is something you need to do if you're X3. SMN though, he's gonna find Asgold.
I think he'll be able to get the lockdown to get this kill onto the Zeus again. The Zeus, the Soul Guardian, will be used. Zeus can get himself out of this. The damage coming through from the Juggernaut is just way too much. He does have the buyback available now. So he is just going to immediately buy it back here. Do they want to try and go into this? The BKB is going to be here from Shagrat, but they're not going to be able to lock down in time. Yeah, they can't get in range to get the lockdown in time. But Ursa, again, inside the Roche pit. I mean, he described himself as the Fuzzy Wuzzy, but he's the hairy, furry, scurry coming out here at the minute. Rari going to be able to get himself another Aegis. And who takes the Aghanims, do you think?
I have no idea. Do we give it to the Mars?
Does
the Zeus get it and just...
I think he did. I think he consumed it. And he's going to be able to maybe sell this. So he's going to be able to slot up once again for, I guess, the Boots of Travel?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the sold one. Okay. Okay, interesting. You know, it would be cool if I was a support Winter Wyvern. I'd say, like, can I please fly? Kowal having the axe would be okay at pushing out the lanes, but Asgold, he is greedy, you know. This is what the gods are like. They definitely see themselves as more important than mere mortals, and understandably so. Though Mars is a god as well, seems like just not as powerful as Zeus.
Well,
overall.
you know, he's Zeus's son, right? Or that's even in Roman versus Greek, he's still Zeus's son. So it's kind of like, you know, elderly and parents first before the Mars gets his.
Okay, so shut up, kid. That's how we can describe it in plain talk, you know. Either way, Hydra just you know, a stronger lineup right now with the Zeus dying though. There is an opening for X3, but now this Aegis kind of takes it away. We are going to be seeing tier 5 items. The problem is, of course, are we going to see them on both sides? Because X3 can't leave their base, and Hydra are definitely taking over the entirety of the map. Also, Mirana having a 2 multi-shot Sacred Arrows. This is the kind of spell that it constantly keeps you on your toes. 1 second, the entire team is talking about something, you get 2 arrows into their faces, and Hydra can jump. With the Zeus having the Refresher, he can definitely destroy everyone. And he even has the Arcane Blink, so imagine how fast all of those spells can come out.
Look at this in the river. What is that? 58 minutes. He gets the double damage rune here on the Ursa as well. Satanic's up. He's got the Abyssal Blade. BKB's back off cooldown. He's got the Swift Blink coming out as well. Rari... Oh, we're going to see a smoke though, but Rari, he's looking like, again, he's just that killing machine. He is the hairy scurry at the minute. And ICQ away from the rest of the team. Well, this is going to be the blink forward to get the location onto the Mars. And the Nemesis is going to drop now as well. He turns around with the BKB, but with 5 heroes here, can ICQ get himself away from danger? Either trying to do a really good job. He's not going to be able to get the cheese off. But now Rory comes in. He's going to be able to get the Abyssal Blade off on the Juggernaut now. The arrows fly through. Connects up to Shagrat. So they're going to be able to change targets. The Nimbus gets dropped. They get the kill onto Shagrat. The buyback from the Mars. Great arena onto 3. Winter's Curse comes out to catch out the Enchantress to make sure he can't get out of that. He was TPing out with the BKB, but it's not going to be enough now. It looks like they're going to be able to get a full clean wipe. No, Juggernaut trying to spin himself away. He's going to be able to get himself on top of Asgold, but Asgold does still have that Aegis. So even if he goes down the backline, Shagrat, he's brought back into this. Is this going to be the dieback? As the BKB looks like it's going to be wearing off. Enchantress, Rick trying to get himself out, but the damage coming through from Kobold. It's going to be the Nimbus dropped on top, and it's going to be the Predator to prey here from that Enchantress. One more. Yeah, the E-Blade, enough damage here with the relocate coming through from these remnants, but the Juggernaut gets knocked out. Nimbus, once again, the arena comes through from that Refresher Shard on the Mars. They take down 3. Is it going to be 5? Buybacks comes through from Kobold. It looks like they want to try and take down onto the Ember Spirit, though. The Ember Spirit inside the... Well, he jumps into the Nimbus, I think, before it fades, and they're going to be able to get a triple kill onto Asgold, and it's only SMN alive. No buybacks. This is going to be going the way. 60 minutes and 6 seconds goes the way of Hydra. As SMN, yeah, it looks like he's going to get caught out.
Guys, I can do something. His moment of, you know, listening to the Eye of the Tiger kind of goes down there easily. They thought he was gonna do something cool, but suddenly he gets found out by Hydra and just goes down. Obviously, not much chance for the Bane to accomplish anything there, but you know, you have to believe in your teammates. X3, This was the game to win. They had everything they needed, but they started getting sloppy at some point. You know, I liked Hydra. They were constantly trying to swap things out, and at some point when you're swapping things out, going left and right, moving around the map, not retaining the status quo, there is gonna be an opening for you, and the opening finally came, but it didn't come in one team fight. There was multiple team fights, multiple chances for Hydra to come back, and they were even missing their spells. So this speaks volumes, I think, with the difference between X3 and the other teams in the DPC. Hydra, they can read the map much better, they can move much better, and even when they are using their spells really, really badly, I'd say for a DPC team, this should be unacceptable that you miss so many spells. They get the victory. So X3, you know, you can't beat Hydra when they're at their worst. What's gonna happen when they hit all of their spells? And that's something that we're used to from them. So X3, nice performance, nice idea. They did get to play the game, but in the end, they will be the losers.
Yeah, and you can see the win probability dips. I'm pretty sure close to 80-90% here on the side of X3 just before the 30-minute mark, and then after that it's just a slow climb. Okay, big sharp drop after that, but it's just a slow climb in favor of Hydra. And like you say, that coming into the late game, the Ursa way too much here for the Juggernaut, and Netsphere just couldn't stand up to the bow. So guys, that is going to be game number 1 after 60 minutes. We're going to be taking a quick 15-minute break. We'll be back with the second game to see if Hydra, can they take it in 2, or X3, are they going to be able to fight themselves back, pull that quality from the beginning of this game, and maybe force it to a 3-game series. We'll find out in about 10-15 minutes, so stick around and we'll be back with game number 2 right after this.